Now this is the interesting bit. In this part, I'm going to be kind of just tutoring you guys in how to apply your foundation in the best way possible. Now the foundation that I use is this Maybelline Fit Me Matte Plus Poreless Foundation, which is good because I have combination skin and I have an insane amount of insanely large pores around my nose, and it looks very bad when I take really close-up pictures without any primer and a lot of foundation. To prep my face, I always wash my face before I start doing any makeup. I just feel like it's a good thing to do because throughout the day I tend to accumulate a lot of dust because my house is next to a literal construction site, so it's not a very good thing. So my face tends to get dirty, and since we live in India, it's so sweaty, it's just not the best thing. So I always wash my face before applying my makeup. Once I'm done with that, I use my primer, which is an aloe gel, and I take only a very small amount of this because this is really thick for some reason. I mean, I don't know how, but just like this much, just this amount of the aloe gel will just cover my entire face, and it's insane. So once I've applied my aloe gel or my primer, I'm going to go in with my foundation. Now, always use a wet beauty blender. This is very important because wet beauty blender absorbs a lot less product than a dry one. Some people find it easier to use a dry one, but I have used both, and from my personal experience, I like using a wet one more. I am not a person who uses a lot of concealer because my experience with concealers has not been very good. When I used to apply concealer, when I was learning how to do makeup earlier, my face always ended up looking really chalky and it just never worked out for me. So what I do in the very rare instances when I don't want my dark circles to look very dark, I use color correction. What I do is that I use a red lipstick and I use a very thin brush to cover up my dark circles. So this is something you can do or cannot do, but color correction is something that is totally up to you. I'm not a frequent user of color correctors or concealers, but for the people who might use it out there, I'm just going to be doing this for you guys. So I'm just going to take this thin brush, I'm going to take a red lipstick, and I'm just going to apply it in places where I feel it's a little darker than it should be. So now that's out of the way and you're actually looking like a person who has not slept in 3 days. I'm going to be going ahead with my foundation. I usually take a really small amount because I don't like applying a really thick layer of foundation. It's just not something for me. But since I have used a color corrector, I will be starting off with a brush and not immediately with a sponge because it does tend to absorb a lot of product. So I'm just going to take a very tiny amount, not a lot. I'm just going to go in with this brush only over the areas I have applied a color corrector. Now, once you're done applying foundation in the areas where you color corrected, I'm just going to take a little bit more and I'm going to apply it on the remaining of my face. Always go in with a dabbing motion first. For some reason, I always use the pointy end instead of like the rounded end. I don't know why, but yeah, it just gives me a better edge over things. I'm going to be telling you guys something that's super important and something that has bothered me for like the past few weeks is that your foundation depends a lot on your exposure to the sun. Because I haven't stepped out of the house in like months, and so like all my tan is disappearing and it's just coming back to its normal shade, and it has made me realize that the shade of the foundation that I have been using is not actually my real shade and it's actually a shade lighter. So always make sure that when you're buying a foundation, you keep these things in mind. I mean, there is no certain way of knowing, but this is also one of the reasons why you should consider your face color instead of your wrist color while you're buying a foundation for yourself. Next thing I'm going to be talking about is contouring and highlighting. Now, I have always been a huge advocate of the fact that contour for your face and not for Kim Kardashian's face. It really matters a lot because everybody has a different face shape. Everybody has different needs for their face. And there is a lot of science involved and a lot of numbers involved in understanding what face shape you have. So I'm going to be making it as simple for you guys as possible. What is important is understanding where your cheekbones are, where your jawline is, and whether or not you want your nose to look prettier. Now my nose is as such that there's not going to be a lot of difference in the way it looks even if I do contour or not. So I have kind of just given up on that. But I do know that my cheekbones look a certain way. Now when I talk, my cheekbones tend to just collect on this shape, and I know that they go like this, and when I smile my face just goes like this. So it's very important for you to understand your face shape. I will be making a graph or something, or maybe like linking below it in my description, a website where you can understand what your face shape is, but I'm going to be explaining to you how I contour for my face shape. Today I'm going to be using this cream contour stick that I have, and I've run out, so I'm going to be using a makeup brush again for application. I'm just going to be showing you guys how to draw the lines where you want to contour your face. My face, it's like it connects really well from my forehead to my cheeks and then to my jaw. It's like a proper half and half. I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to just draw a very straight line over this natural pigmented thing on my face. It really helps me contour sometimes, you guys, for real. Now one thing to remember while you're contouring your face is don't take a contour stick that's too dark, because it can be a disaster. You may end up looking very weird. So just make sure, like, choosing your contour shade is just as important as choosing your foundation shade. I'm done blending this out. I'm just going to be taking a little bit of a powder contour, and I'm going to be going over the area where I have applied the cream contour. Also, my hair is acting up. I knew this would happen in the middle of the video, but here we are. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to be talking about blush. So I learned it in a Vogue video how if you apply your blush in a certain way, it can make your cheeks look like they're falling down and like kind of droopy, so you don't want that. So what I do is that I always go with like an upward motion when I'm trying to apply my blush and not like a downward motion, because it does make a lot of difference. You know that where the apple of your cheeks are, so just go over there and just move in an upward motion. And that's how I apply my blush. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but here it is. It's looking nice, it's looking rosy. And the last step is a highlighter. Now I use a lot of highlighters. Most of them are in my eyeshadow palette, but I'm going to be using this liquid highlighter today because it goes well with the blush. It's kind of like dark, but it's not too dark. I just applied it on one side of my cheeks and it doesn't look too bad. If you have dry skin, try going for more liquid based products with like a moisturizer, and if you have oily skin, you can go for more like powder based products, because that's what suits different people. And yeah, I'm just going to end it there. I'm just going to end my base makeup there. Now this is what my face looks after I do my normal base makeup. After this I also apply lip balm and then eyeshadow and then eyeliner and then eyebrows, lipstick, mascara, and all of that will be there in a different video. I will be making a proper series for that, like a proper episode for that as well. That is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching this. If you guys still feel like this wasn't clear enough, or if you guys still need help with something, feel to DM me over Instagram. My social media handles are all given in the description below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with people you feel can take something off out of this. And just keep watching. See you next time.